All right, Steam Deck announced like a week ago. At this point, announced like what 2 hours before the Switch OLED pre-orders opened up, and then all hell broke loose, or something of the sort. But I don't see why. Shit, give me both of them. One more time, give me both of them. The Switch is the only thing that's keeping me playing games right now, really. I got Game Pass, I barely use it. I just love having it in case I want to use it. I haven't bought the Series X yet. Probably gonna get it next time Wario 64 drop a restock thing. I'll probably get one. So maybe in the next 2 to 4 weeks I'll have one of those. And my PS5 collects its dust. It collects its dust. You heard me right. So the Switch is the only thing keeping me interested in playing any games right now. Truthfully. And it's strictly because of what type of device it is. Why the fuck wouldn't I want more of that in my life? Just because it says Valve on it and not Nintendo doesn't make me any type of difference. There's only one problem I have with the Steam Deck, and it's a problem with me, not a problem with the product. The problem is I don't have an active Steam account. I'm old. Like on the internet, once you hit a certain age, you're old. So when I was a young fella, Half-Life 2 came out, and that was when you were required to use Steam to play it. That was the first thing I got, that you were required to have a Steam account. And that was the first and last time I ever logged into the Steam account I created. That shit probably ain't even on the books no more. So I couldn't reserve one because I don't have an active Steam account. That's the only problem I have with it. Because if I had an active Steam account that met the criteria for you to be able to do a reservation, the motherfucker would have been pre-ordered that minute. The 512 gigabyte version. The shit can coexist with my Switch. I'm sorry, but I'm not playing fucking cloud games on my Switch. I don't want to do it. That defeats the purpose of a Switch to me, because you have to have a persistent connection for that game to work. I'm not doing that. So if I wanted to play Control, or I wanted to play Plague Tale or Hitman, I would have played it on the Steam Deck. That's just how it is. If I was able to get one. No, I'm not gonna pay a scalper for one, but if they open up another round of pre-orders, I'll try it next time, because I'm about to create me a Steam account so I can get one the next time they do some pre-order drop or whatever. But I mean, these motherfuckers don't make me no money. I'm not about to be up here and get mad that the Switch has a viable competitor, which to me, the Steam Deck and the Switch aren't even competing like this. If that been the case, then all of those other fucking portable PCs would have been competing with the Switch, and they weren't. I don't see it. I mean, the Switch is gonna outsell these things by leaps and fucking bounds. So, but I don't give a about that. Hold on one second. Yeah, I don't care about that. That shit ain't gonna make me no money. I care about my experience. They can coexist. to me. But it been motherfuckers up here getting worried about why you worried, bro? Like, if you want the buy the Switch and not the Steam Deck, who gives a fuck? Buy the Switch. I got my Switch OLED pre-ordered. I'm having my shit day one with Metroid Dread day one. I got the Metroid Dread edition, the black and white joint. But I don't give no fuck about them getting a fire lit under their ass by the Steam Deck. If the Steam Deck lights a fire under their ass, that's good for us. If they see the Steam Deck and say, all right, in 2022 it's time to release the upgraded version of the Switch with actual new hardware specs besides the screen and the memory upgrade, that's good for us. So why you fucking... And then you got the other side of it, where motherfuckers who called the Switch a gimmick are all of a sudden excited for this. All I gotta do for you motherfuckers is tell you to shut the fuck up. Like, if you didn't like it then, why you like it now? Like, I've been on board. Like, this shit fit my lifestyle. I want me one. I'm gonna get one somehow. If I have to wait until Q2 of 2022 or whatever, I have it when it comes. But it's the way I look at it. Like, I don't understand what the arguing is about. More fanboy shit. I just don't get it. Like, you have, it's all it is another fucking option. Why you motherfuckers insecure that it got better specs than the Switch? Motherfucking most cell phones got better specs than the Switch these days. The Switch is using the old ass fucking tablet processor, man. I don't give a damn about specs. The only time I care about specs is when specs ruin my fucking experience. To me, the specs of the Switch ruin my experience with something like Control, because you have to play the cloud version. And if the internet connection is wonky where I'm at, the game is unplayable. So what am I supposed to do? Continue to pat Nintendo on the back and say, oh, it's okay, I'm gonna buy this just because it's on this? Fuck that. Something like Doom Eternal and Doom 2016 I can deal with on the Switch, because I went into it. It's number one, is native, so I don't have to deal with that cloud bullshit. Number two, I went into it knowing that it was a downgraded experience from the other versions. Number three, 30 frames per second doesn't bother me that much. Is 60 frames per second better? Fuck yeah, it's better on every day of the week at all times. But 30 doesn't bother me too much, so you can take that for what it is. But I didn't buy these games on the Switch and negate to play them other places. I still play Doom Eternal on my PS5. I still play Doom 2016 on the PS4 and on the Xbox One. And I played Eternal on the X. I love those games. I play them everywhere they are. But that's besides the point. If I get a fucking Steam Deck, if I'm able to secure me one, I'm gonna play it on that too. Hey, I don't know, man. Let me get both. Why can't we just all coexist? Let me have them get me one of them motherfuckers. Fuck that. I can do with what I please with it also. I can upload Xbox Game Pass onto it, or download Xbox Game Pass onto it if I choose to flash the operating system and run Windows. The only little concerned with this thing is, or the only disadvantage is that with the PC sector, the market is so wide that usually games are not optimized to work well with every piece of hardware that's out there. So it's not like fucking bespoke versions. It's kind of like you get the PC version and then it runs how it can. So that might be a concern, but I don't give a fuck. I'll just lower the settings down. Like, I don't give a fuck it. I play on the motherfucking Switch. The shit be at lower than low settings on some shit, man. Like, I don't care about that. If the settings have to be lowered, then they have to be lowered. The only reason why I haven't put money into buying like a pre-built PC, because that's the way to do it these days because of the graphics card shortage, or before now building my own, is because I don't, to the amount of money that would go into a good PC the way I would have it, because I'm going 3080 or better, like, or 3090 if I build one. The amount of money that I put into it wouldn't justify the amount of time that I would have to fucking use it. And the Steam Deck solves that for me. So, to me, it's just a matter of getting out of your fucking feelings and being objective about the product. From what they showed, I mean, it's an ugly motherfucker and it don't look that comfortable to use, but I don't give a fuck. The Switch ain't comfortable to use to my hands either. My hands are kind of big. Like, I didn't spend all my life fucking gaming. I played sports. So I'm not a small person. And the Switch, like, I can barely use I really can't use a Switch Lite. And the regular Switch, I can use it, but not all the time comfortably. And I don't like those grip things. They don't feel well to me. So I use it the way it in its natural form factor. I mean, those are all my problems. Who gives a fuck? But it looked kind of like you might have to have the claw hand to use it, or have the claw grip to use the Steam Deck. And some, I don't give a damn. Fuck it. Like, at that point, the important thing to me is that the fucking game is portable. Because when I'm with the way I have to move around and I don't have time to sit down and just pick up a fucking controller and play, me being able to carry that whole library of games around is the number one feature on these consoles to me. So if I'm able to get a Steam Deck ordered, it'll just ride around in the book bag with the Switch. But you weird ass motherfuckers is acting like you have to choose one or the other. You picking sides ass clown ass motherfuckers, man. Like, I don't get it. But I guess it's not meant for me to get. I don't even care. Steam Deck for the fucking win. Switch OLED for the win. Just deliver me the products. And if they come out with a Switch Pro or a Switch Plus or a Super Nintendo Switch or any of that shit next year, I'm gonna get that too. I don't give a damn. And spoiler alert, even if they do come out with an upgraded Switch, it probably will just match or be slightly less powerful than the Steam Deck. Sorry to break it to you.